Hello everybody, Fiasco back again, this time from the studio, because we just concluded our voyage on the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser Halcyon. And if you noticed over on the channel we're on right now, the Disney Dining channel, we have posted our reviews of both dinner and lunch. But breakfast, we were not able to record our impressions on site, so we are going to tell you what we thought of both day 2 and day 3 of breakfast right here, right now. But before we do that, let me remind you all the videos you see produced on this channel are brought to you by our sponsors, Dreams Unlimited Travel. Whether you want to plan a Walt Disney World, Disneyland, cruise line, Adventures by Disney, or a trip on the Halcyon yourself, they can help you out with all that at no additional cost to you, and you can find all that information in the description below. But here we are today, and I am joined by my co-pilot for that voyage, Mr. Rhino.
Hello.
And so, yeah, breakfast. We're going to go over, and the first day that you get there, there is no breakfast because you get there right around lunchtime. But day 2, you're going to have quite the spread. What you're going to be able to look at is a compressed fruit plate, your basic scrambled eggs, sausage, not a Mickey waffle, but a waffle with the Starcruiser symbol on it. They have a pastry board, a plum fruit yogurt. It's like blue yogurt with some fruit in it. You're going to have a green pearberry toast, which we have come to find out was actually avocado toast, and it looks very spacey, and neither of us knew exactly what it was, so we didn't try it in the moment, but Craig and Denny informed us later on what it was. And then, yeah, rolled omelet, a kale porridge, a whipped egg, and a crispy tuber waffle. That was day 1. That was all the day 1 items. Me personally, varying away from cheese dishes because I do not do cheese, I had a more basic breakfast. I had the space fruit, which was like just watermelon. It was melons with the little purple fruit on it to make it look spacey, as well as like your basic breakfast options, waffles, eggs, sausage, and I thought it was quite good. And it is worth noting this is all you can eat. You can go back as much as you want as long as the cafeteria is open, and just keep repeating the same items. So even if you are restricted to just a few things, you can go back and eat as much of those things as you want. But Rhino, breakfast number 1, any standouts for you?
Yes. The first breakfast I feel like I had, I really enjoyed kind of all the food, but let me see here. I thought the kale porridge was delicious. That was the sausage gravy with the egg worms. That is a vegan option, I do believe. I thought that was really tasty. I didn't know what I was going to think about it because it has a very jiggly texture, but there was like something underneath of it. It was that sausage gravy that was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And then I also like the crispy tuber waffle, and that was like the potato with the cheddar egg and then like a little bacon apple fruit thing on top, and I thought that was really tasty as well. I enjoyed that. And I know it's super basic, but they had muffins out every day, these like trio of sweet cakes that was like there was like a blueberry muffin that had like a purple top, and then there was another one that was kind of like a doughboy that had just been like flash fried with like sugar on it, and then there was like a croissant type one that had like a little jelly in the middle of it, and I loved that one so much. And it came with a blue bantha butter, which I for some reason thought was like peanut butter, so I just straight up scooped it and tried to eat it, and I was like, this is butter. But yeah, I enjoyed all of those things.
I'm very glad I skipped that butter one, because I probably would have done the same thing. But it also is worth mentioning that here at breakfast, and honestly throughout the entire voyage, blue and green milk are both available. Of course, at breakfast, you're going to have coffee, both caffeinated and not caffeinated. And then you'll have a variety of juices and, of course, water. But with that, we move on to day 2, or not day 2, but day 3, day 2 of breakfast. And we're going to have some repeat items, some things that you're going to see on that day that were also there the day before. And that includes the waffles, those waffles with the Halcyon symbol on it. You're also going to have your fruit plate. You're going to have your sausage, and you're going to have your scrambled eggs. But then you're also going to get a few new items as well. You're also going to have the yogurt again, too. But your new items, you're going to get the breakfast meat pie, which is like a cheesy breakfast pizza. Not for me, but I know Rhino ate that one.
Oh yes, I will always eat a breakfast pizza. I feel like I was a fan of it. I enjoyed it a lot, but for me, day 2 standout was the again, they did the crispy tuber waffle, but this time it was like separated, and it was like the potato. It looked like a waffle, but it was a hash brown, and I loved it. And I thought like it was so good, and the way they did the bacon the second day, where it was like a sheet of bacon, I thought it was just so. It was delicious. And again, I love those. I love those muffins. Get those muffins.
Yeah, the deconstructed tuber waffle looked good. I was afraid when I looked at it if there was going to be cheese in the egg. Was there cheese in the egg?
There is cheddar on the top, I believe. Yes.
Yep. That's what gets me. And then there was the spice boba tie, which I also figured was probably like a cheese omelet, but we've come to find out that this was actually the vegan option. It's even a fake egg with just the tomato jam and such. So that is actually the vegan option. And then the last item that was unique on the final day of breakfast was the meteor egg. And yeah, that was
it was like a Scotch egg that was done with like a cake batter, and oh my gosh, this was so good. It had this like aioli underneath of it that I would recommend you ask for extra of. But I feel like that was also a favorite of mine. That was like super delicious.
And yeah, I mean, so unfortunately, I didn't try a lot of the space-looking items on breakfast because it was very cheese-centric. I am allergic to dairy, and I do make exceptions with certain things like ice cream because it just tastes so good. Although lately I've found a lot of oat milk ice creams that are just as good. But I don't, no exception for cheese. So I was limited to just a few of the items at the breakfast buffet, the more basic items, your sausage. I mean, egg, I guess it's dairy, but that's not the same thing as having a milk-based product. So I was in the fruit plate. I was limited to those, but like I mentioned, you are able to just go back for as much as you want. And yeah, breakfast probably was the least I loved the food on this entire voyage. Dinner by far my favorite. Lunch was great too. Breakfast got me the least excited because I was eating pretty basic the whole time. But still, you're not going to go hungry, and it was good. Like, it wasn't like crappy eggs like you get at some other Disney buffets, which I hope it wouldn't be crappy eggs, but they were good.
They did also have those if you want them, just scoopable eggs and stuff like that. But I enjoyed the breakfast. I really appreciated that there was always like a plant-based option there. I thought that was great. And I do know that they cater to allergies as well. If you just talk to somebody, so don't be afraid to talk to somebody, because some people that were around us I know had like food dye, like coloring allergy, and even though I know they use a lot of natural dyeing is what they say and stuff like that. But also don't forget that there is grab and go breakfasts in the Sublight Lounge, which I recommend that you take a bag and go up there and just take a couple, because I took 2 home with me and I enjoyed it. They had the muffins and the yogurt was in there as well, and something else that I can't remember, and I can't find my photograph of it for some reason. But no, I appreciate that it wasn't just your standard issue eggs, waffles, whatever, that it was more than that. So I really enjoyed it. There was also a juice bar as well that isn't there normally or whatever, but you could get cranberry, grapefruit, orange, and apple juice, and that was down kind of near where the captain's table was. So that was kind of, you could go and mix and match. It was like a mimosa bar, but without the mimosa for some reason. I should have brought some champagne in my carry-on luggage with me is really what I should have done. I'll learn my lesson for next time. But no, yeah, it was good too. And if you're hanging out in there for long enough, every now and then a character might pop in. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen.
Never know what's going to happen on the Halcyon. That is true, and lots of stories to unfold. And make sure, if you're interested and you missed it, our dinner review is already up on this channel. Our lunch review is as well. And then over on the Diz Unplugged and Diz channels, a whole bunch more of Starcruiser content. We got it all. There's like 100 videos out there at this point, probably, on our social feeds and everything. So check those out if you missed them. And that is going to do it for our little coverage of our breakfast experience on day 2 and day 3 aboard the Halcyon. You know, these menu items are subject to change. They might spice things up a little bit, change some items out here and there, but this specifically was covering the very first official voyage on board the Halcyon, and we're so glad you stayed tuned to it, and we'll see y'all in the next one.